So I tried to do this earlier. I kind of messed up the video. I was really shaky. I'll try to be better on this one. I just want to walk you guys through what all I've done on the car and how it's came to this point. Basically, I've been welding on this section here today, but what I've done is I took 1-inch painter's tape and marked this body line here 1 inch down. Then we cut it from the original car, from the Regal. Well, it was still sitting there, and then cut it all the way up to this window frame, down the 1 inch all the way back, and took the top and the trunk and everything off of it, cut out most of the wheel tub supports, all that jazz. And I had a Cutlass Cruiser that I stole the roof from. The widths and stuff on this roof to the Regal are a bit different. I'll show you guys what I ran into. But and we welded in a brace in there. You can see it between the B pillars. The Cutlass roof is a little bit narrower, and I'll show you what we did. I'll try not to shake the camera too much. Ran over my welder. I'll show you what we ran into and what we did. Same thing on this side. We did the 1 inch cut, and then what we actually did to make sure that it was legitimately level and flush and everything was lined up where it needed to be was we run a straight edge up here down to the trunk floor, and then off the other side down to the trunk floor. It's within a 1/16, which not real critical. It's probably better than what GM had. As you can see, this roof isn't like perfect. Up here there's some more rust that I'll have to fix right here. You can see my fingers through it. Here's what we ran into. See how there's a gap? It's not as wide. Also, you'll notice on these Regals there's a really angled, like notchy roof right here. On the Cutlass, you'll see it's nice and rounded. What I plan to do up here is slide like a 1 inch pipe in there for a dolly and take my body hammers and round this corner off. I'll cut a seam probably 1/4 inch out of it. I'll cut that out and then round it over and then fill in the gap on it. There's my nice floor pans that I need to fix. Somebody put fiberglass down in the back of these floor pans. Well, this one they did. The other one, I guess they just didn't give a shit about. The one that they sit in most, but this one's definitely by far the worst. They put fiberglass in it and then put PR15 over it. But that's what they did. Here we put a patch panel from the rear door of the Cutlass. I'll show you, sorry I'm getting sidetracked, but I'll show you what we did to fix this problem up here on the other side. There's the shop mascot, Bob the Bomb. You'll see here, if you look up here, it's pie cut all the way up. I basically took the death wheel that we used to cut the bottom down here and sliced it all the way back to this rack mount, both sides, inside, outside, and then spread it over so that it'll weld up seamlessly to the Regal's drip edge, which I might delete this drip edge, but I think it looks pretty good. It's got like the top of the car has like a teardrop shape almost. It's, you know, it's wider at the front, and it kind of teardrops up and back. If you guys can see it, I'm not directly behind it, but you can see what I'm talking about, how there's curvature to it. I've still got to make these filler panels, but right now I'm using this support as a ground. Plus, when I do go to make it, you'll see here, see that nice shiny stuff? That's lead. It's kind of funny working on cars that aren't, you know, this isn't by any means an old car, but it's got lead body filler in it. It's just kind of weird to see it anymore. And then up front, when we put the roof on, we must have had the roof on and off about 10 times. It felt like anyways. What we did is took the center, let me switch hands, we took the center rib of the roof, measured the center point, marked it, measured the center point of the regal roof from here to there, marked it, lined the lines up, tacked it, and then we traced out this area, cut it again, cut it free again, and then lifted it up, unskinned the top. As you can see, there's still, excuse my phone. As you can see, there's still supports in here. We actually took the skin off the roof and then left everything else. Let me silence this. Okay. Then that's what I'm working on. When I go to actually get this edge fitted, then I'll have to make that filler panel here. It'll be a nice, really long, hard to cut pie cut, I'm sure. And you can see it's fairly straight. What I ended up doing is measuring height up here and then back there. So, and then once we got it on there, obviously it wasn't like, everything that looks good on paper doesn't usually work out. So I wasn't really worried that the line that I drew wasn't like dead straight after I welded it, because I had to shave quite a bit of it. Like there'd be, you know, a lot of pieces where it didn't have any gap, and then a lot of pieces that would, you know, it had a fairly large gap, so you'd have to shave where it didn't have very much gap so the panel would sit lower and it would fit good. It's a lot of trial and error. I've done a few of these. I'm not real concerned about it. As soon as, you know, you just do your best in metalwork, and I try not to put too much, I don't like using filler at all, but you just try to do the best you can in metalwork, and then once you're in filler, then it's, you know, that'll finish it out. But you just, like I said, try not to use as much filler as possible. Try to use as little filler as possible. Car's getting, take you guys on a shop tour. Seems how it's nice and small, but it's getting a C4 Corvette front clip, rack and pinion. It's an ABS front end, so I can run, I can use the traction control of the MS3 Gold. My new bender I just bought, it's a Pro Tools. It's a used. I picked it up for $200. Not much else to say about it. It's 1 3/4 die. And then I think that was a pretty good deal for it. You know, benders are pretty expensive. Miscellaneous parts, my engine hoist, wheel off of a customer's truck, chainsaw, wood stove, all the wood, my welder I was just using. I just was stitching all that over there just a little bit earlier. Wood stove barely keeps it warm, but here in Michigan it's actually starting to heat up. It was like 55 degrees out today. Here's my motor. Okay, sorry about that. The motor is a 6-liter LQ4. It's Gen 3. It's an early one. It had the cast iron heads on it, but I put 317 aluminum heads on it. I changed the valve springs. It's got link bar lifters, Powell cams, custom grind. It's basically equivalent to a stage 2 BTR or any other kind of turbo cam. It's a moderate lift, moderate duration, 225, 230 at 600 lift with 114 LSA plus 4 degrees. Yeah, that's about all to say about that. I've got the rings shaved down and everything, so it's ready for the turbo. I'm a diesel mechanic by day, so I have 2 Cummins engines. I have more than this actually. I've got another 2. The one here on the right is a 4BT 4-cylinder that I want to put into a daily driver sometime, and it's got a bad timing case. There's the new timing case for it. I haven't really got to it. And then there's a 24 valve that I want to eventually P-pump. But the thing looks like it's been through the war. It had an ECM fire. Besides that, there's not really much else to see. I got a maximizer box that also looks like it's had a hard life, but I've got a bigger maximizer at the shop, and it basically laid out the same so I can know where all my tools are. The small Craftsman box on top is gunsmithing tools and parts and stuff. And my steel chainsaw that I've been putting to work lately. I'm putting a 30 by 40 I don't know what you'd call it, expansion on the side of this garage out here, and there's trees and stuff out there I'd show you guys, but my dog's probably running around like an idiot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Keep working on this and keep giving you guys updates. Hopefully I get a few views and some interest. It seemed like there was a lot. Like, share, comment. If you guys, like I said before, if I get quite a few views, then and a few comments, then I'll do like a reply thing instead of just typing it out. I'll try to personalize it. Doesn't take much time, and it just kind of seems better to reply, in person or whatever. All right, guys, take it easy.